Go to the gradient tool in Photoshop in the tools panel, then go up here to the gradient editor, click on there and you can see all the range of gradient presets. What you can also do is go down here, gradient type. Now it's by default it's solid, most of these are solid ones, but you can go for noise. You can see some noise ones there. So what happens, you've got noise and it's set roughness of 50%. If I put it down to 0, you get a nice smooth, not particularly very noisy. But if you put it up to 100%, you can really see the noise coming through there. You can, all these lines. And when you apply the gradient, it will be applied with all those colours. So what you can also do is you've got colour model. You've got here HSB, Lab and RGB. Now I'm just going to go with RGB. And what you can do, say you decide, here's the minimum. You can drag that along, just push it all the way up there. So you end up with all these colours just there because you've got the full range there of the greens and blues, but you've only got a very narrow band for the reds. So you push that the other way, maybe go the other direction. Again, you can see what happens. You end up with all these blues and greens. Again, you've got the exact same, you're limiting it to a particular very narrow band. Obviously very dark in this case. You can push that up there, maybe go for the greens, and you can see you can do exactly the same. And you can move it around. You can limit them just to say, just about here. So you can just drag. Sometimes it just ignores you because it just doesn't seem to want to drag. And you can drag that one along and drag that one there. And you can see then you get a very narrow band of sort of blues, but all the rest of the colours, just that very narrow. And you can still randomise. You can see as you randomise that, see the change there. Also, if you decide, you know what, I don't want that, you can reset it at any point. Hold down the Alt or Option key and click Reset. And you can reset it back. Resets it back to solid, but you can just put it back to noise and you've got the full range again, as well as roughness there. So let's just set that 100% again. Maybe this time let's go for HSB. Now that's hue, saturation and brightness. I'm not saying why it's not lightness, but anyway. However, you can modify that. So you can turn around and say, you know what, I want it all to be very light. So you can push it up to the far end like that, instead of having the whole range of with dark and things. If you want to go the other way, you go that way. Just push that so the range is very narrow there. And again, you can still randomise. And you can, of course, modify this as well. You can just change there. You can just go through that. And you can see as you go through those, you've got the greens. Say you want a narrow band there. You've got the green. I've moved them in and max. So it's very narrow. So you've got a lot of greens there. If you decide, you know what, I want a lot of reds or blues, you can move it along different positions. So just move it there. Let's just go that way for the reds. And you can see now you get more reds just by a narrow band there. However, once you've done all this and you've created your wonderful gradient, what you can say to save it here into the presets, just go to New. Again, you can randomise. So let's just randomise. You can say New again, randomise, and then again New. And you can just add them very quickly here. And of course, you can always modify there, randomise. And you think, oh, no, that's a good one. And you can add them very quickly to your presets. Click OK. And I'm just going to go with that one. So let's just go for linear. So linear, just drag across, straight across like that. And you can see the result of it. So you've got lots of blacks, greens, etc. And there. And of course, you can apply it multiple times like that. Create a variety of different ways. And also use it maybe radial as well. And of course, you can always apply effects, etc. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.